Oi! Okay, so welcome to Monstober Werewolves with Amberstone Draws. Today we're going to look at one of the really divisive movies in the werewolf pantheon, Twilight. Twilight gets a lot of crap for a lot of the wrong reasons. Why? Because most of the people giving it crap haven't read it or watched it, so they go for the low-hanging fruit, the obvious flaws, the surface stuff. Well, my friends, sit back, because we are about to dive into the world that is Twilight Werewolves, and it's far more interesting than you ever thought it would be. Now, that intro aside, I am not crazy about Twilight, so this may not be a fun ride if you're a fan. Okay, so first off, we have these giant wolves that I'm going to place firmly in the dire wolf / oversized wolf category. They're not hippo wolves because they lack the fingers, but they still slot into that space because they're wolves. They're just freaking enormous. So how big exactly are Twilight werewolves? Well, Bella's about 5'5" in the movies, and when Werewolf Jacob stands next to her, he's probably about 6 or 7 inches taller than her, which would make him about 6 feet tall in his wolf form. He's said to be about 10 feet long. In the books, he's a whopping 6'7" in human form, and gets bigger still in his wolf form. So either way, huge, right? To put that in perspective, an average van is about 11 feet long. Most average new houses have 9-foot ceilings. Now imagine a wolf stretching from your floor to your ceiling. Now add another foot to that. Now run, because that thing can probably rip your torso off in one bite. So the Twilight werewolves are big. Not just big, but like ridiculous levels of big. Now here's the thing about these books. They're just so damn bad. They're so bad. There are levels of bad that are so bad that you should get a medal for completing them. And you can use that to bitch slap people who make fun of them when they did not earn it like you did. Do you need to read it to know it's bad? No, you don't. But take your weak sauce Sparkle Vamps comment out of here because you didn't have to read in detail about what Bella made her dad for dinner that night. No one cares that you threw a pot roast in the oven with carrots, Bella! Go on your next thrill-seeking suicide attempt to try and get attention from your weird stalker boyfriend. And seriously, Edward, I don't care how mature a high school girl is, you're a freaking creep. But yeah. Keep your stalker happy, ladies. Without him, life's not worth living. Oh, and treat your dad like crap and infantilize him even though he's the freaking sheriff and the only character in the books and movies worth any amount of sympathy. But cool! Bash on the sparkly vampires. The levels of bad the books get to are so bizarre that they just have to be experienced. Like watching Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Telling you doesn't do it justice, so finding anything well written or interesting in the books is like finding a beautiful flower in a field of weeds. You're in awe. How did this get here? Are there more of you here? Are you to be protected and cherished? I think so. In the first book, Bella goes to a bonfire and myths and legends of the werewolves and vampires are told. This was the first, and unfortunately next to last time, the series made me excited. Myths and legends are some of my favorite things, and the stories they told were too short. I wanted more of these legends. Now the legends say that when Jacob's people feel threatened by vampires coming into their land, the men of the tribe will begin shifting. It's flowerier than that, but you get the gist. So these werewolves are not part of a curse at all, but instead tied to their land. More and more werewolves begin to show up through the other books and movies, and it's not until you read the 4th book, Breaking Dawn, that we find out through some throwaway lines that the werewolves we've gotten used to in the books are not werewolves at all, and that there are mindless, uncontrollable, contagious werewolves called Children of the Moon roaming around in Bella's world. These are the vicious, bloodthirsty creatures we're accustomed to, and the description is somewhere between Hispo and Krynos. It made me so happy to read that and to have it thrown in as a comment on the last chapters of the last book. That's a weird long game I played for a total of maybe 2 pages of myths, but I respect the woman's lore if nothing else. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this look at the Werewolves of Twilight New Dawn, and if you haven't seen the movies, check out the Riff Tracks versions and have a laugh at Michael Sheen's Volturi. It's amazing, and I rambled way too much in this one, but I hope you enjoyed that too. Let me know what werewolves you want to talk about in the comments below. I have a ton to get through. I'll see you next time.
Bambi is a cartoon. You didn't cry when Bambi's mother died? Yes, it was very sad when the guy stopped drawing the deer.
There's nothing wrong with crying. You don't have to be so macho all the time.
Macho?
Yeah, you're right.
Line.